welcome to another episode of Behind the Song. Today we're gonna talk about the songs that will be out this month, July 2024. And while this month is a little different than the previous months because we only have 7 tracks that are going to be released this month, but the catch is that I will also release a collection which is called Wrists, and that'll be out on July 30th. So 7 singles and 18 songs from a collection, and I think that's still a lot of songs to listen to, so hopefully you'll enjoy all of them. First, let's read the titles of the singles, and then we'll talk about what's behind that song. The track list is Locks and Losses, Tell 'Em, Misleading, Come Back Later, Enough Vodka, Fender, and Faded Jeans. Well, the first song of the month is Locks and Losses, and it was actually the last song that was ready to be released. I made it like really late June, and I didn't think it could even make the cut for this month, but the storyline, it was something that I was already familiar with. It's something that I've written about for the past, I think, 3 years or so. Therefore, it was really easy, and the plot being the things that you want to keep in your life, you want to lock them down, but you end up losing them. And time moves so fast, and it kind of feels like something was once yours, and now time is passing and things are happening, therefore you're automatically losing them. So that's the storyline of Locks and Losses. Next, we got Tell 'Em. I wrote that song really early in the morning, I think 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. because it's based on a dream. And the dream was that I was in a room with someone. It was a really normal dream. I was just in a room with that person, and there was classical music playing, and nothing was said, nothing happened, but there were echoes, and the echoes were tell him, and it was being repeated over and over again. So I woke up and I wrote what was happening in that dream in a more dramatic way because that's, I think, something you need to make a good song with good details. And it was like really easy because I wrote it in the heat of the moment and the name was already chosen, so I didn't have any trouble choosing a title for that. Next up, we got Misleading. Misleading is about you finding a cure for a really short time, literally after something bad happened, and you hope that that someone, that something could heal the bad night that you had. And the storyline is really something simple. It's just like you go to a party to forget whatever you're upset about, and then you go to the backyard and that cure just appears to be there, and you question for how long you could keep up with what's going on, with ignoring it or pretending it never happened or that you're over that. And the situation could be misleading, but you kind of don't want to be in control, you don't want to lead anything, you don't want to initiate anything, so you just go with the flow. And hoping that that cure could be permanent and not another bad thing that happens for you. I think Come Back Later is a song that a lot of people can relate to, probably the most relatable song of the month. Is that some people unfortunately need to lose something in order to realize how worthy that thing or that someone was. So it's just a song about where a situation gets really complicated or, messed up, and they leave. But the minute that they leave, you know that they'll come back later eventually. And they're gonna be sorry, and they're gonna want to try again. And you've been there before, so you know how it goes. People have different ways to deal with things, and some of them may seem bad to us, and Enough Vodka would probably be the song of that. I usually write about things that I go through, and I usually, mostly, 99% of the time, I write about my own life. But Enough Vodka, I got inspired while I was just searching on the internet with no purpose, and I saw this quote, and I thought of a melody. I put that quote and the melody together, and I continued it, turned it into a short story, and it was ready. So if you relate to that, I hope you can get over it easily. And it's just a fun song that I didn't want to keep it just to myself, because I think it's fun enough to be heard, but not fun enough to live it. Fender is a sad boy anthem. It's about a sad boy who plays Fender guitar and chooses to keep things to himself rather than expressing them. The last song of the month is Fitted Jeans, and I think it's on the same vibe as the song Misleading. So it's like a part 2 of that. But the fun fact is that Fitted Jeans was written last year. So yeah, they got replaced, Misleading and Fitted Jeans. But it's in the same storyline, so I hope you enjoy it. Now, I have never done a behind the song for any of my collections. My first collection was called Drink Fast, which was released in January. My second collection was actually released last month, June, which was called Mantelpiece. It had 14 tracks. Check it out if you haven't. It's a good June collection, a good summer vibe, with a little bit of complex stories, but also good ones. And Wrists is my third collection, and it was not fun to make. It was hard to make, but mostly because it has songs that I really tried so hard to be able to share them, because I felt really attached to these emotions when I was making them. And thank God I don't do that anymore. I'm fine with sharing them, and I'm glad that it's a part of my journey. That's what I see my songs as, just being things that I experienced and I can move forward with. Therefore, like I said, I will not do a behind the song for this collection either. Maybe in the future I will for my next collections, and I will absolutely do a behind the song for my albums. But so far I think I don't need to over explain things, because I really get into details in these. So I think the lyrics would be enough, and the track list of the collection of wrists is Arm's Length, Little Escape, Like You Want Now, Where You Shouldn't Go, Plastic Smile, Forsaken, Faulty, Be Nothing, Up to Tab, Gosh I Hope He Does, Frozen Pictures, Gloomy, Reread, To Quebec, Cracked Voices, If I'm Asking, Build to Wonderland, and Wrists. So I hope you like them, even though it was hard to make and harder to share. I'm glad it's out, and I hope you enjoy them, or just feel the feelings just for a few moments at least, and then enjoy the rest of your summer, having a good time, and living the life that you want. So that was all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you around.